How's it going, guys? Call here from North Coast Constrictors. Okay, video, the camera is set a little bit down, maybe a little bit too far down. The reason why is I'm trying to get all of these tubs into the frame. I haven't got enough space at the back. The camera's as far back as it can go with the racks that are behind it. I'm doing a very different video tonight, a video that I haven't done before. I started pairing up my snakes 3 weeks ago. This is our 3rd week of pairing. I've never ever done a video where I've shown me pairing up snakes. So I pair up on a weekend, and the reason why I do that is because I'm at home mostly on the weekends. I'm not at work. So I put the males in, which I've chosen for that particular week, for the weekend, in the tub of the female on a Friday night, and I pull him out on a Monday night, a Monday morning. Okay, so basically he's in for Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Okay, and then I pull him out on Monday morning. So I'm trying to get all these. Obviously, there's way more females than males. I'm only, the breeding males. There's still some males that I'm not going to pair up at the moment. I've got some that are in the blue. So I don't pair when they're in the blue. There's about 3 or 4 that are not going to pair tonight. They'll pair next week, which is a pity. I was kind of hoping to get them in tonight. But what I'm going to do, I actually started this video a little bit earlier, and then I started, I was busy recording, and I had just fed all my yearlings. So the smell of rodent in this room is hectic, and I hadn't washed my hands. And I decided, okay, now let me start the video to pair up my snakes. And I started opening tubs, and the males can just smell rat. So there was an absolute massive chance that I was going to get bitten, for sure, tagged, absolutely. So I quickly stopped the video, ran through to the kitchen, washed my hands and my arms with dishwashing liquid, rinsed thoroughly to get the smell, the scent of rat off me personally, off my hands. However, the room is still going to smell like rat. So a lot of these the yearlings, which you can't even see, have been fed tonight, and yeah, there's a smell of rat in the room. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to all the males that I'm going to pair tonight. I've got a list here. I've got so many pairings that are going on. I've got some males that are going with 1 female, I've got some that are going with 2, and I've got some males that are going with 7 females in the season. I do that based on the size of the male and the age of the whale, like the male, and you can call him a whale because like the biggest male that I've got is probably about 1.3 kgs, and he can handle, like, definitely, pairing up to 7 females, where a 750 to 800 gram male, and probably put him to 3 or 4 tops. I like to keep the ratio around about 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. And smaller males, as I say, I'll put them to 1 or 2 females. Anyway, so let's start off. Let me stop rambling along here. I've had to I write everything down. I plan my pairings months and months in advance, and then I re-look at it, and then I change things, and it's all based on how I'm feeding and how the female is looking, and if she's putting on weight, and if she's up to size, if she's a first-time breeder. Also, if she's a breeder that bred and went late last season, if she's not back up to size. There's a couple there that were breeding last year, they went last year, and they went very, very late. And those particular females will be the very last snakes that I pair in the rotation with the male that I have planned for them. Remember that I pair 1 sire to multiple females. So if that female was a late goer, or she's a first time breeder that's just hovering around the correct weight, I'll still give her 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, depending on however many females that male is pairing up to carry on feeding those females and get an extra couple of 100 grams on them, maybe 300 grams, 400 grams, depending on the size that they are. And then I'll start pairing them right at the end. They're going to get paired anyway. I may as well put them at the back of the list and get some size on them. There is a little trick that I've got, that if I've got females that that are planned for the breeding season and they stopped eating a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago and they're not right up to weight, about I would say 3 or 4 weeks ago, I introduced a male to all of those females, which just for 24 hours, the male that I intend to breed those females to, and it triggered off a feeding response. And all of those females that were undersized, and when I say undersized, I don't pair under 1500 grams for a female, but I prefer the females to be around about the 1800 gram mark before I pair them up. The bulk of my females are all in excess of 2000 grams, 2500 grams, some of them are even 3500 grams, but I do have a few that are hovering around the 1400 gram mark, and then some that have just hit the 1550, 1600 gram mark. Now those ones that are sitting on the 1500 gram mark, 1400 gram mark, they fall at the back of the rotation. But the male will be, if they're eating still, if they haven't obviously gone off food, they're still eating, they're putting on weight, I'll still give them another 3 or 4 weeks because they're still eating, and I might get 200 or 300 grams more on that female, which is fantastic. Then when I introduce a male to her, she'll probably kick into an even more hectic feeding response. So anyway, and then the females that were on a hunger strike, that were weighing under 1500 grams, where I introduced a male to them a couple of weeks ago, I think, as I said, 2-3 weeks ago, somewhere around there, maybe heading into our 3rd week now. Those females are all smashing food, but they're still under 1500 grams. And those females are falling to the back of the rotation. I will not introduce a male to them, okay? And I've got it all here on my phone, that backup phone here with all my notes on it, all my pairings and all the males. So let's start off with the clown project that I'm working on, okay? So this male is a Fireblade clown, and tonight I'm pairing him up to a really big 100% head clown female. Without further ado, let me get him out. I am going to use my snake hook because I don't want to get tagged with the smell of rats. This boy is ready to go. There you. This is one of my favorite snakes. He has been featured on many of my YouTube videos. Unfortunately, I'm not going to adjust the camera, but this is one of the tubs where you can't actually see the female. But then the rest of these females here you will be able to see. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put him into one of the tubs, but unfortunately you can't see her. I'm not going to move the camera and adjust it. But she's 100% head clown, so she just looks like a normal, but she's 100% head for clown. And this boy's a Fireblade clown. So that being 2 incomplete dominant genes and obviously a visual recessive, we're hoping to hit obviously Fireblade clowns. But let me just go ahead and put him in with her. Where is she? She is there. I hope she doesn't look happy, but maybe she will get happy. Here's your boyfriend. And then what I do is I've got tags on all of my tubs. Alright, an orange tag means it's a breeding female. I've just took that off to show you because you can't see it on camera. And then when I put a male in with that female, I put a pink tag on. Pink for love, because they're going to be making love. It's just crazy. And it's just my little way. Every breeder's got their own different way. And then I've got green tags. And what happens is I'll come in tomorrow morning and I'll go through all the tubs that I've paired males in, and if there's a lock, I'll put a green tag on that as well, right next to the pink tag, and that means there's a breeding couple inside there and they are going for it. Green for go. Okay, so that's him with his female. What have I done with my phone? Right, let's go to the next male. Okay, so what we've got here, this is a big boy. Okay, now this is a Pastel pied boy. This is one of the boys I was telling you about that's about 1.3 kgs. Okay, now he's going with a first time breeder this year. She is a Fire Leopard, okay. The reason why oh no, I beg your pardon. This girl here, and thank goodness I checked, because I put the wrong female. She's going with a Desert Ghost. He's going with this girl down at the bottom here. Obviously, okay, we can't see. Okay. Okay, it's a yellow belly, 100% het pard, okay? Sure, that's why you make notes, guys. That's why you make notes. That's why you keep a record. Okay, so I'm taking my Pastel pard and I'm pairing him now to a first-time breeder, which is a yellow belly, 100% het pard. This guy can also be a bit grumpy, and he's ready to rock and roll. All right. He is a beaut. He is an absolute beaut of a snake. Look at the size of this guy. You don't want them much bigger than this because they can get fat and lazy. I would say this is prime, anywhere between like 900 or 1,000 grams and 1,300 grams is absolutely prime. You can put this male to so many females, and even if he goes off food, he's gonna lock. So this boy is going in with her. He's already locked up with another female, but for her, it's going to be her first lockup ever. And I'm aiming to hit Pastel yellow belly pards. Okay. Wish I could move up the camera, as you can see. And then I take my pink tag over here and put it on the tub, so I know there's a male and a female getting on with business inside that tub. Well, I'll put the green tag on when they're getting on with business. Okay, then, right, we've got two first-time breeders here. Okay, now, what I'm trying to prove out here is I've got a normal, which I think is 100% het for pard and 100% het for clown. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pairing up a clown 100% het pard to this female. I have been waiting for her to get up to size, and she is now sitting at approximately just under 1,700 grams. The boy is over 900 grams, but he's a first-time breeder. He is in here, boom, 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 and he is ready to rock and roll. He's actually ready to eat, I think. All right. This is Achilles. This is Achilles, and he is a beast. He's a machine. This is a clown 100% het pard. The girl that he's going with is very, very special. She is a normal, but I suspect her to be 100% het pard or 100% het clown or both. She has got pard markers, and the breeder that I bought her from, he never breeds normal to normal. Everything's het, okay? And he could not tell me. This girl that I'm putting him in with now, this is the very first ball python that I ever bought. I bought her for my son for Christmas in December 2020. And it started off my ball python. I went down the rabbit hole with this ball python. So here she is, yeah? And oh no, she's in the blue. Oh, how about that? Sorry, dude. Guess we're not pairing that up. I don't pair in the blue. Oh boy, okay. Alright. All this guy he can just smell rats, eh? He just wants to go mad. Oh well, okay, I guess that's a pairing that's not gonna happen tonight. Okay, let's hit the next one. That's hilarious. Okay, I've also got I got blue tags. When a snake's in the blue, I'll put a blue tag on the tub. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's just out of camera sight there. Okay, purple tags. You guys can see purple tags on here, and you can see orange tags. Okay, purple tags, it's a female, but it's an unproven adult female. Orange tags are adult proven females. Okay, so any tub that you see with an orange tag on it, that's an adult proven breeder. And any tub that you see with a purple tag on it, that's an adult first year breeder, so first season, okay? The other tubs, if you look at here, you can see I've got red tags on here. Red are for males. All my males have got red tags, okay, all right. And they don't change, only the females. If it's an unproven breeder adult or a proven or a yearling or any female that hasn't bred yet, it gets a purple tag. Any female that's bred and is an adult gets an orange tag. Okay, that's how I identify them. And also by size and weight, and you know, if they when like, let's say for example this girl pairs up this season for the very first time and she lays a clutch of eggs, boom, she gets an orange tag for the rest of her life. Okay, here we go. We have got this boy here. Okay, now this is a multi-gene, lots of genes in this boy, and he is pairing straight to. He's also a first-year breeder. He's only breeding to one female. He's approximately 800 grams, and he's breeding to a massive 3,500 kg normal. And the reason why I'm pairing that snake to the normal, this boy, is because he has got so many incomplete dominant genes, and I've got 50-50 odds. So let's pull him out. He's also a bit of a beast. All right, and I'll rattle off the genetics to you now, but let me just get him out. He can smell the food, so he's going to be wanting to take a swap. Okay. Oh, but he's going to get a girlfriend instead of a rat. Okay. Now, I'll just pull his tag off and I'll bring him up to the tub, to the camera. Now this boy here, I don't know if the lights actually but it makes it so bright that it makes the blacks look a little bit lighter than they are, but they're a lot deeper. So this is a super pastel spot nose orange dream, 100% het pied, 50% het clown. Now he's going, and I wonder if I should just show you the size of this female. And I've paired him up before. This is just a holding tub. I paired him up before with this female 2 weeks ago, but she is absolutely massive. Okay. Yep. I don't want to get bitten. This is a very, there we go. Here is a really, really stunning dark. I mean, look how dark that girl is. Okay, she's got a white mark on her tail there. That is from a rat bite. I got her from somebody else. That didn't happen under my watch. And she is just a normal, but I mean, that is a dark snake, and look how big she is. And she's going in with that boy, and I put them together for the very first time 2 weekends ago. And this little porn star here locked her in half an hour. Okay, so there we go. They're on, they're in the tub, and I take my pink tag, and now I know there's some lovers in the tub there. What have I done with my phone? Okay, right. Okay, now we've got this is a very good project that I'm working on here, guys. This is the Dreamsicle project, Lavender Albino Pied. Lavender Albino Pied. So let me pull up the male for you. This guy here, Pastel, there's my Lavender Albino Pied. Here he is. Okay, he's a bit short. Okay, now this beautiful boy here, beautiful visual, double recessive Lavender Albino Pied, and he is pairing up to a 100% het Lavender Albino, 100% het pied female. Okay, they have bred before and they have produced offspring. She is a proven breeder. And she is ready and waiting. I don't know if you can see her there. She's coming out. I'll just pull her out so you can see her. Nice big girl. Okay, 100% het pied, 100% het Lavender Albino. And the boy goes in. There we go. And let's hope for the best. And let's put a pink tag there so we know that we don't interrupt that tub. And let's move on to the next male. Okay, now guys, this is an interesting project here, okay? This is a world's first male. This snake that I'm about to pair up, it's his very, very first pairing. This is the very first time he's gonna breed, okay? Now, this boy is a world's first. Okay, I'm not pairing him up to a world's first. I am simply pairing him up to a, where is she? Oh, hang on, I moved her to here. He's going to a GHR 100% Heteroxanthic, okay? Sorry, I moved my tubs around last night, so I usually go to a tub thinking that it's there, okay? So, this female is a GHR 100% Heteroxanthic, okay? The male, however, is a Super Phantom Exantic GHR. He's also mad, he's crazy. He is a world's first, and he can smell the rats, and he's probably going to try and fucking bite me. Yep. Let's use the snake hook, because he's looking for an angle. Alright. Now guys, I have, if you follow my Instagram and you've followed any of my other YouTube videos, I've done a video on the snake before. Okay, the light is incredibly bright, so it's not, the colors on the snake are not coming out properly, okay? I wish I could adjust it in a way. It's almost gray purple, and it's almost like white yellow spots here, and then a stripe down the dorsal. But what you are looking at here is a world's first, okay? But it looks like an all white snake, but it's not. I wish I could, let me just see if I could just dim the lights a little bit. That's a bit better. There we go. Okay, maybe that picks it up a little bit better. That's more of a natural light. Okay, now this boy is the world's first. If it isn't, feel free to comment in the comment section below. I have done a video on him before, and I've asked people to comment. And I've had multiple comments from breeders overseas to say that is most definitely a world's first. So tonight, you are witnessing him going in for his very first pairing. And this is about a 1650 gram GHR 100% Heteroxanthic. Okay. So, and now my light's gone off, now it's back on. I'll make it a little bit less. It's tough to make a video, and you know, usually this is not, I've never made a video pairing up before. It can be quite stressful. Got to get everything right. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, now, here's the thing. There were a couple more males to pair up, but as I say, some of the females have gone into the blue, so we can't pair them up. Now, I have got a whole bunch of females where I'm making 100% het desert ghosts. I'm also making visual desert ghosts, okay? Now, I've got 100% het desert ghost females already, and then I've got other snakes here that have got multiple incomplete dominant genes that I'm pairing up to a visual desert ghost male to try and get as many of those incomplete dominant genes as I can get in one snake if I hit the odds. But every single one of those snakes will be 100% het for desert ghost, which just is fantastic. You're 100% het desert ghost, and obviously want as many females as possible, because I have got 2 desert ghost males, and one of those desert ghost males is an absolute powerhouse. If you've watched my videos before, Pastel spot nose pinstripe desert ghost 100% het hypo male, and he's going for the 2023 breeding section. Right, the breeding season. Now what I've got to do is, I am busy locking. There are a couple of females that haven't eaten, or are still a little bit undersized, and there are some that are up to size. And all I have to do is decide now who I'm going to pair that boy to. Okay. And I'm not sure who I'm going to pair him to. I've got quite a lot of females to pair him to. And would you believe it now, I can't find my... Oh yeah, here it is. What an idiot. Okay, I found my page again. Yes, this girl. The one I almost put my pastel pod to. She is a fire leopard. So we are going for fire leopard 100% het desert ghosts. Okay, so let me pull this boy out. Obviously there won't be any visuals. Okay, alright, I'll pull this boy out here. He is, even though as a single gene, you can just see what a stunning snake this is. You can see here, this is my boy, and he's an absolute breeding machine. And he is going in with this girl. Let me put him in a holding tub while I get her out. He's just ready to go. He absolutely, that guy will lock to a hose pipe. Okay. Oh, and she's very active, and I think she can smell the rats. Guys, maybe some advice: don't feed on the same night you're gonna pair. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm just pulling her out so you can see her, but she's an absolute ravenous eater. She's just checking my hand out and she just wants to chow. She just wants to eat. Okay, now this is a fire leopard female. I'm now going to pair her. Guys, and this is a first year breeder. This is her very first season. She is about 1,800 grams. And this girl was born in January 2021. So I've got snakes half the size that were born in the same month. But this is just one of those girls that just exploded. It's also making me think, and I've been watching so many YouTube videos and guys are talking about Volta. Sorry, let me get down here. Everybody knows what a Volta is, and if you haven't, it's just another species of ball python that's really, really big. Okay, it comes from more south in the hemisphere. Okay, more south of the Ghana and whatever where ball pythons come from. And a Volta ball python will get much bigger than your average ball python. And I've got a couple of ball pythons in my collection that I swear. I can't say for sure, but I'm almost certain that Volta, she might be one of them. So in we go for the very first time, a visual male desert ghost in with a fire leopard female, first time breeder, 1,800 grams. And the aim and the goal of that pairing is to produce fire leopard 100% het desert ghost hatchlings. And they get a pink tag. Okay, so let's have a look. I think I've got a lot more males, but as I say, some of them are in the blue. My yellow belly pod, who I wanted to pair up tonight, is in the blue, unfortunately. My lightning pod, my visual lightning pod, Exantic pod, is in the blue. I wanted to pair him up tonight. Achilles there, I wanted to pair him up tonight, but the female's in the blue. Unfortunately, I can't pair him. And guys, and then yeah, so we paired up the Dreamsicle. And that's it, guys, and that's it for the pairings. That's it for the pairings tonight. There should have been 2 or 3 more, but about 3 more. But unfortunately, those snakes are in the blue. And can't pair them up. There's also, so interesting to watch. So anyway guys, sorry this was such a runaround video, trying to make this. Fascinating projects really. There is a project that I'm working on that involves the desert ghost gene. It's been confirmed to me by 2 top South African breeders that if I produce the visual of what I'm going for with this, the female have got other genes in them but are 100% ahead for desert ghost. We'll be pairing with that male that I've just put in with that fire leopard. And if I hit the genes, all of the genes, the incomplete dominant genes on the females that are 100% for desert ghost, I'll be the first breeder in South Africa to produce that snake, which is saying something as a second year breeder, you know. So, but there's always something that happens when you on your best projects, okay? Now, those are the females that went off food a couple of weeks ago, and they're not up to size, they're not up to weight. They are 2.5 years old, so they're absolutely ready to breed, but they're not up to weight yet. So they are, I think they were around about 1,000 grams. And I got them up to 1,350, around about the 1,350 mark, 1,300, 1,350 mark. And then 2 months ago they went off food. And I was like, no, because I was like, they're going to be 1,700 grams by the time it comes to pair. And no matter what I did, they would not eat. They were smashing food and then they just stopped. For no reason, just like a ball python. And they were the 2 females. It's the project that I'm absolutely, I was not banking on, it's okay, because I've got a lot of other great projects on the go, all right, but the desert ghost is just desert ghost. And if I produce this particular desert ghost morph, I will be the first in South Africa to produce it, and lo and behold, the females stopped eating, which meant I couldn't pair them up. But what I did is I took that same male who just is an absolute beast when it comes to locking. He's 5 years old, he's beside 3 clutches. Chucked him in with each of those females for 24 hours. The first female, the smaller of the 2, they stayed completely separate on either side of the tubs. I then pulled him out the following morning and I put him in the tub with the other female that was slightly bigger, probably about 100, 150 grams heavier, but still under 1,500 grams. I put him in and they locked. I went in the next morning and they were locked up, and they stayed locked up for 2 days. When they unlocked, now just because she was underweight and they locked doesn't mean anything, because what happened, I mean, obviously if I wouldn't have tried to lock them up if she was 1,000 grams, okay. She was sitting at about 1,250, 1,300, you know, from the 1,350, she had dropped like 50 to 100, somewhere around there. The other one was sitting on 1,100, okay, which is no good. So she was sitting at about 1,250, and what's happened is I have not introduced that male to them again, but those females are now pounding food and putting on weight, okay. So just that simple little hack of putting a male in with a female on, I thought, well, that's it. I'm gonna have to wait until next year, but for sure they'll be like over 2,000 grams next year, and then I'll put them in and they'll be breeding ready. And then I discovered this hack of putting in a male in with a female, and it triggered off a natural feeding response for the females. It was incredible. 3 days later, the one female was eating and smashing. The other one, the smaller one, she'd refused her first offering. The second offering she took, and now they're both smashing food. But what they have done now, because of the size of those females, they've fallen to the back of the rotation. So the good news is that they are, the bad news is that I haven't paired them up and they're not up to weight yet. The good news is that they're back on food and they will be at weight, because by the time that male gets to those females, this is his 3rd lockup. By the time, so he's been breeding for 3 weeks. This is his 3rd week. This is the 3rd female I've introduced him to. By the time I introduce him, he's going to 7 females this year. It is pushing it a bit, but he's about 1150 grams, 1200 grams. And I have him in for 2 days and out for 5. And I take them out on a Monday, and on a Wednesday I feed them, and the boys they chow, and they are Friday night they're ready to lock up again. If they go off food and I can see the condition of the snake deteriorating, boom, I'll ease up and wait a while. Okay, as long as the males are eating and you can pair them, as that's the way I see it. If they're losing weight and deteriorating, you must understand that these males are mating every week. The females are mating every 4 or 5 or 6 weeks with that one male. So that's why I leave them in for 3 nights. On the Monday morning I take him out. I wait 48 hours for him to settle back into his tub. All the males are treated the same. They go back into their tub. They get 2 days in their tub. In the middle of the week on a Wednesday, I'll offer them a weaner or a large pup or a small weaner. 10 out of 10 so far they've all taken. And then that Friday again, I'll pair them up to a different female, and I'll continue to move them throughout the breeding season. Okay, so let's have a look here. How many pairings have we got tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairings. I was hoping for 8, and when those other ones come out of the blue, we'll be on about this season. There are 12 males that we are pairing up to 40 different females. So you'll see, I'll do another video on pairings, but each time you see it, the maximum that you're going to see, if all of the boys are like okay, if they're not in blue, like as I say tonight, my lightning part is in the blue, so I can't pair him up, and this girl's in the blue here, so I can't pair her up. And then there's a couple of snakes that are still, I'm just waiting for them to get up to size. And that's it, guys. And then we'll next weekend I'll do another video, and I'll show you some other really cool pairings. That Dreamsicle project that I'm working on here, this guy here has just got in with this 100% het lavender albino, 100% het pied. He's going to these 2 females as well. Okay, less odds, okay, because they're not 100% het, but we've got a 66% het lavender albino, 66% het clown, 50% het pied in this tub, and we've got a blade 66% het lavender albino, 66% het clown, 50% het pied in this clutch here, and that's a visual lavender albino pied. So obviously the odds aren't as good as that. However, there's blade in that one female, and whatever hatchlings come out, if I don't hit the visuals, every single hatchling that comes out of this tub will be anything that eggs that are successful. They have a successful clutch and they all hatch. All the babies will now be 100% het pied, 100% het lavender albino, and we may even have some blade if this female throws the blade gene into some of those babies. So guys, yeah, that's a wrap from me. It's a pairing. I'm gonna turn off all the lights now. I'm gonna leave all these snakes to chill and digest. I've got all my other tags on for the snakes that are fed, and what I'll do is I'll come back in about half an hour, and I will check the tubs to make sure that they've actually eaten the rat and the rat is down, and there's not a dead rat lying in the tub that's gonna rot and stink out the tub overnight. And that's it. That's how I do things, and then it's lights out. So guys, that's it from me, Cole, North Coast Constrictors. A little bit of a change up. Much more to come, I promise you. This is actually a pretty boring pairing. This video here isn't actually the exciting pairings. I've got some incredible pairings, which the males and the females, we're just waiting a couple more weeks. We probably got about, I would say, between 2 and 4 weeks before we start those particular pairings, and that is based on the number one, the weight of the male is just about to touch the 800 gram mark, and then some of the females which were last year breeders and went quite late in the season, and although they are pretty much weighing about 1800 grams, I'm purposely keeping them at the back of the rotation so that they can just the more time to recover, the better. There's no point. And normally you'll find that your females, the ones that go early, the one they're pretty regular when females start breeding, especially adult proven breeders. If a snake goes late in the season, she will be late again the next season. She'll be one of the last to go. There's some snakes that can lock up and they'll be the first to go. You'll bet your bottom dollar that those females will be the ones that will go first in the next season. So what I've done is all the late goers from last year, they're right at the back of the rotation this year, because I want to pair them up last, because I don't want to waste, I don't want them to go off food too soon, because they're still smashing food and they're putting on weight. And B, the females that are locking now, you know, I want them, yeah, I mean, I've got my reasons for it. As I said, you know, size, weight, timing, I just know my snakes. I know the females, I know which ones are ready and which ones aren't. This girl for sure, she is ready to rock and roll. Every single time I open her tub, she is lying with her belly exposed. She's ready to go. This girl is ready to go. This blade, oh, look at her. She I don't know if she wants a rat or if she wants a boyfriend. Boop. You all know what a boop is. Okay guys, that's it from me. Enough. I've got some work to do in the snake room now, and then it's bedtime for me, and the work I'm going to do now is not video material for YouTube. It's cleaning and changing water and doing labels, and then it's lights out and bedtime for me. See you on the next video. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. Join the journey with us, and we'll catch you on the next video. Guys, what I will be doing is, if I see any locks, I will probably take the camera and film a lock if it's a very good one. If I can see it's a really solid lockup, and if by opening the tub I'm not going to disturb, if I normally have a little peek, and I know that some of the snakes, if like you just startle them a little bit, they'll unlock and move away from each other. I won't bother those ones. There are some that'll lock and you can open the tub and change water and do whatever, and they'll just look at you and they'll just stay locked up. So if we see any locks, maybe I'll make another video, but sooner than later, and I'll show you a visual on the thing. But it's not really the right thing to do. Okay, when the snakes are pairing, you must actually leave them alone. So we might take a sneak peek, we might not. So anyway, guys, over and out from me, and yeah, let me get back to work in the snake room here. This is not just about making YouTube videos. This is about breeding snakes and making some money and cleaning and feeding and everything, like the unglorified part of snake breeding. There's a lot of blood, sweat, toil and tears involved in snake keeping and breeding, especially when you have a full-time job like me. It is 9:30 at night. I have worked a full day today, and now I'm in this room, and yep, and then tomorrow morning it starts all over again. During the week I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm in the snake room until 5:30 doing spot cleans, and then get my son ready for school and take him to school, go do a full day's work, come home and repeat the process. On the weekends I allow myself to sleep in until 6, 6:30 if I'm lucky. Guys, that's enough. Over and out from me. Have a wonderful weekend. Cheers.